It's time now for Uncancelled, where we tackle the stories that other broadcasters shy away from. And tonight, let's talk about Donald Trump, America's first orange president, who was subjected to unprecedented media scrutiny. But why not the same for Joe Biden, who falsely claimed this week that the COVID vaccine stops you getting COVID? That's a flat lie. But perhaps what's more concerning is another issue, and let's be polite about this, his stumbling performance in the last 24 hours. Let's take a brief look at Biden's most cringe moments. We're calling this Biden's words of wisdom. Watch this.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Kingswood Community Center. Actually, that's the one down I used to work. As a joke. You didn't know where we were. Anyway. We have put together, I think, the most extensive and inclusive voter fraud organization in the history of American politics. And the question is whether or not we should be in a position where you are, why can't the experts say, we know that this virus is in fact it's going to be, or excuse me, we know why all the drugs approved are not temporarily approved, but permanently approved.
Crumbs. Joining me now to discuss this and look at whether Joe Biden is physically fit for high office, I'm delighted to welcome Sarah Elliott, the spokesperson for Republicans Overseas UK, and Jon-Christopher Bua, US political analyst and White House commentator, and somebody that knows Joe Biden very well. Jon-Christopher, let's start with you. Great to have you joining us, of course, stateside. Are you concerned about Joe Biden's health?
No, actually, I'm more concerned about the P-Police, and they didn't find that perpetrator who did what he did in that horrible loo. So, but I'm not at all concerned about Joe Biden's health. I'm trying to be in the spirit of your last segment, Mark, because I think you're wonderful, and I want to wish you the very best of luck with your new show.
Thank you, Jon-Christopher. That's really nice of you. And I know you're a big fan of Joe Biden. He's clearly a very decent man. He's had a remarkable and long career in American public life. But I just wonder whether the top job came a decade too late.
Well, you know, someone could say my job came a decade too late. We can always say that. But the fact is, you know, he's in physical top shape. I see him and hear him speak every day, practically every day at the White House. And he is not making claims that as you said, the orange chap did earlier, that if you inject Clorox or Lysol or light under your skin, you will get rid of COVID. The guy, you know, he's a natural guy. He's from Pennsylvania. He uses colloquialisms, and he's a super guy. And I think we are lucky to have him. He won a fair and square election. We've got Donald Trump out there proclaiming that this is the worst election of all time. And he's asking people to go to the Capitol and take America back. And we have now a committee that will be investigating that. And the Republicans, sorry for my guest,
you're not answering the question.
If you listen, you'll hear the answer. It's subtle. But I don't want to insult anyone, especially Republicans abroad. You can do this all you want. I was working with Democrats abroad. I know what it's like. But I have to tell you something. We are lucky to have Joe Biden. Donald Trump is a disaster, and he should be removed. Maybe they'll send him up on the
it's 2021.
Sarah Elliott.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You don't hear Joe Biden every day because it's been 119 days since his last press conference. And then we saw that show.
Don't tell me that. I'm there every day. Listen, he does more than press conferences.
I gave you a moment to speak. Listen, anyone who's followed Joe Biden's career knows that he is not even at the same mental acuity he was when he was vice president. And he is commenting on women's legs, on young girls' legs. He can't finish a sentence. He offends Black people, and he whispers weirdly into a microphone. It is bizarre, and you can't defend it. But let's face it, he's 78 years old, the oldest president to hold office, and in the late 1980s, he had 2 brain aneurysms. Most people don't fully recover from that, especially as they age, okay? But my problem is with the media, okay? Where is the accountability and the scrutiny on Joe Biden? They were all over John McCain when he ran for president. And they were saying, does he have the stamina and the mental stability to be president because he suffered torture for 5 years? With Donald Trump, they said, oh, he's obese. Oh, his hand is shaking. He must be on drugs. There is nothing on Joe Biden. They're giving him a pass. We're at a 13-year high of inflation. We have skyrocketing crime. We have 1.1 million people illegally entering the country year to date. We have 30% rise in opioid overdose deaths just this year alone. There are a lot of questions that need to be answered, and I don't think Joe Biden is up to it.
Jon-Christopher, do you think that it's
talking points, and I guess Jim Jordan has faxed them to you because you're repeating the same hogwash that all the Republicans who are scared now of their jobs. No, are you
the American people deserve better.
Please don't cut me off. Please don't cut me off. I let you speak, and I appreciate this opportunity to speak to the people in Great Britain who I adore, even the Welsh and the Scots. So I'm going to tell you something. Joe Biden is an honorable man. And Joe Biden may be 78 years old. That's fine. Joe Biden believes in America, and he believes in that everyone should have the right to vote. Donald Trump is running a post-losing campaign, raising $75 million on the whole tribal concept that he won the election. You want to talk about an addled brain. This guy
Donald
can't
Trump
climb
isn't
up
around
the steps
anymore.
of the White House.
Stop trying to target Donald Trump.
He doesn't even know where the state of Israel is. You're laughing, but I don't think it's very funny.
He built peace with Israel.
Jon-Christopher, are you not bothered with that footage we just played to our audience? Are you not bothered by the recent remarks of Joe Biden saying that the vaccine stops you getting COVID? Now, the vaccine, in my view, is very efficacious against the worst consequences of COVID, but it doesn't stop you getting COVID.
This stops you from getting COVID. The vaccine stops you from getting COVID. I'm doubly vaxxed, and I would like to push Joe Biden even further. I am for, and I've written, and I'm on Twitter at JCBUA. There's a plug. And I believe that Joe Biden should put forth a U.S. tamper-proof vaccination, COVID vaccination passport, so I can travel to Great Britain again, get off the train and go on the train in St. Pancras, go to Lille, go to anywhere I want in France. I can't do that because we don't have the ability to do that. You talk about freedom. I can't even come over to see my friends. I couldn't take the two of you out to the Ivy for a drink.
Well, I tell you what, you've got expensive taste.
I don't know why passports equal freedom. That doesn't equal freedom to me.
Well, because people on the right think it's a Nazi version of tormenting people, and next they're going to come and put numbers on their arms. These are people in the Republican Party, and you've got Ron DeSantis, who has the largest growth of COVID deaths and infections, who is running for president because he's taking up the Trump mantle. And saying, I don't believe Americans should be subjugated to any kind of control. Now, I was a little boy.
What I love about this conversation is it's supposed to be about Joe Biden's acuity.
I couldn't go to Catholic school and see the Mother Superior unless I had a polio vaccine. Is that taking away people's rights?
Jon-Christopher, we have to talk
lungs.
about Joe Biden. Clearly, from your point of view, attack is the best form of defense. We need to talk about his physical
Joe
health.
Biden is fine. I see him many days.
No one questions his experience. Some people question his track record in high office. He actually campaigned for the Iraq War, which a lot of liberals have forgotten about conveniently. But the bottom line is that if Donald Trump was in office today and responsible for such incoherent ramblings, the press would be all after him. But not a squeak, not a squeak about the madness of what Joe Biden said yesterday.
Donald Trump is a madman. He's an egomaniac.
JC,
it's an evil.
Stop talking about Donald Trump. Move on, baby.
It's funny. The young lady next to you is giggling. I don't think that's giggle. I think
he's not the president anymore.
We're in trouble.
He's gone. You won.
Well, look, Sarah. The bottom line is that you know, there are clearly plenty of people in America who support Joe Biden, others who don't. You know, what's your prediction for his future? Do you think that he will serve out his full presidency?
Well, here's the thing. I know Joe Biden.
There's a big question mark on that.
Sarah, JC, hold fire. Sarah?
Yes, please.
I think it's likely he will serve out his full term. He will not run a second term. He'll be 82 years old. I think he'll gracefully bow out. Listen, the idea of putting Joe Biden up was just to stop Donald Trump from getting reelected. And listen, he may be a nice guy and he may not be Donald Trump, but that doesn't mean the media can give him a pass.
Sarah.
The American people have a lot of issues they need to hear from him.
Sarah Elliott, has Joe Biden got dementia?
I think so.
You're an MD, I guess, then, too.
Jon-Christopher?
I'm not an MD. I just have to look at what I see.
I'm not a medical doctor or a psychiatrist, but I do see Joe Biden on the
I'm not any of those things, but I can only go by what I see. And the past 2 years have not given me a lot of confidence. Listen, whether it's dementia or old age, he's just not who he used to be. And I think the media needs to stop giving him a pass.
JC?
Trump is 75 years old. Okay, that's funny to you. I'm glad it's a joke. It's not. Trump is not well. He's never been well. I can't even tell you the things I know about him physically.
He's pretty mentally snappy, though. He's pretty mentally alert, isn't he, Jon-Christopher?
No, he's not at all mentally alert. He doesn't even know who he's talking to. There's a array of books that are out now, and I'm not going to plug them. Many are from White House correspondents who I respect enormously, who delve into the fact that if Donald Trump isn't raging, he absolutely has no idea what he's talking about. And he's gone, and he lost. But he has to realize that he's lost, and he's got to now get serious, and leave the stage. And he can leave stage right. He's welcome to do it.
You say that you see Joe Biden on a regular basis. Do you think he has cognitive challenges? Has he got mild dementia? No. The guy has a stutter. He's always had it. And he's got two factors. And I'm going to try to be friendly with this. The guy's from Pennsylvania. He's a very colloquial kind of speaker. He's a natural kind of guy.
He spent 50 years in Washington.
No, that's not. He's on his way to Delaware right now. Washington.
Always on the Amtrak.
Pennsylvania. All right, we're gonna. Let me just
Sarah,
say,
let JC
Joe
finish.
Biden, go out, try to ride your bike out in Delaware with Joe Biden and his wonderful wife, who's, by the way, wishing her luck in Tokyo. Biden's a good guy. He's a smart guy. And look what he's done in terms of the vaccine. And look what he's done in terms of getting people the information that they need, believing in science, not saying that COVID will just go away and inject some Clorox into your skin and you'll have a good. Now, of course, most people would have beaten Donald Trump. And Joe Biden was up to it, and he did it. But Donald Trump beat himself. Now, he should just be nice, go away, and Joe Biden should continue to push the hard facts. He's got a lot of stuff on his plate. He's got Afghanistan. I'm not giving him a walk here. He's got Afghanistan. He's got two bills in Congress that are incredibly difficult to get through because he doesn't have a Democratic Congress because of the filibuster. You know all about this, Sarah. And I think Joe Biden, time will tell. He may not run in 2024. But here's the fact. 2022 will be the election that will decide the future of our country for the next so on years. And voting rights is extremely important. Not trying to subordinate the voting of African American people, not trying to keep them away from the polls, and the state legislatures who are run by the Republicans are trying to stop the vote and keep the voter suppression going. And it's not going to work. That's not what America's about.
We'll certainly, JC, keep a very close eye on that poll in 2022, and we'll be covering it here at GB News. We're fascinated by what happens across the pond. Sarah, the clock's against us. Very brief final words, if you wouldn't mind.
Just because Joe Biden is a nice guy and not Donald Trump doesn't mean that the media can give him a pass. He's president of the United States. The American people deserve a media that will scrutinize and really go for the answers. And he's not Donald Trump. This is obviously the big Jon-Christopher meme. I think we're all doing it now, aren't we?
Get your mask. The right way around. Your shots. Get your shots in the arm.
Where's yours, Sarah?
And don't get COVID. It's worse.
I don't need one right now.
I think Sarah has chopped hers up with a pair of scissors. God forbid anyone else would do that. Listen, a fascinating debate. It will continue, but I'm so grateful to both of you for offering two opinions about the health of Joe Biden. My sincere thanks to Sarah Elliott, Chair of Republicans Overseas UK, and Jon-Christopher Bua, US political analyst and White House commentator. And thanks to both of you for your good wishes about GB News and about this brand new show. Next up, we'll have all of the stories making